Welcome back, Fatties, to the Phat Chat, where the pH is as toxic as lactose intolerance. I'm your host, Joshua, joined by the boys, Chon, Cisco, and Neff. He's finally back on here. Can you believe that?
It's about time.
This is this is a special episode. This is the Phat Chat's first time coming on here in person together. Loving it, loving everybody here. This is great.
All the hot breath.
And so now that we got that out of the way, the Phat Chat here, your interests are our interests usually. And right now we are holding a topic raffle. We are selecting 10 winners, and 5 of those winners get a chance to be on a live show with us. Now, along with that, you can have a chance to win $25 cash and an undisclosed amount on a Starbucks gift card. So it's free money, people. It's free money. It's free to enter. So listen for the instructions later in the show on how to enter. On today's episode, we'll be having a special guest with us. Her name is WeiXi Wang. She's a culinary genius and a fatty at heart. So we asked our fatties for their best icebreakers, and today we're going to use them on WeiXi. So stay tuned for that. After our interview, we'll be going over the Great Conspiracy. I wish that was the title of Seaspiracy, but that didn't happen. Our oceans, our environment, our planet. Does it mean anything to you personally? So we'll be highlighting our research from the Seaspiracy documentary. If you haven't watched it, spoiler alert, there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about today. So let's go ahead and dive into the toxicity of the Phat Chat with WeiXi. So, WeiXi, tell us a little bit about yourself.
If you guys don't know me, hi 大家好, hi everyone, 我叫WeiXi, 你们可以叫我WeiXi. So I'm WeiXi, and I study food criticism, pretty much.
So what is food criticism?
Okay, so food criticism or as a food critic, there's people who judge the food and go to a certain restaurant and see, okay, is the place clean? Is the food worth for the money you're getting? And also, a food critic does much more than just like criticizing the food, even though that's what we're called.
See, that's pretty cool. Like I've always wanted to get into food criticism, or being a food critic. Now that you say that it's critic, I wanted to do that, but then I just started going on Google and doing Google reviews and being like a Google traveler or something like that. But do you work for a company or do you do it independently?
Beginning, I started with my school as a food critic. It's the culinary French cuisine. I think that's the call. And that's how I started. And in there, they used to tell me, oh, go to this certain restaurant or go there. But after getting my certificate, they were like, okay, you do it by yourself. I was like, oh, so I'm alone now, and I'm starting to do the work.
Oh man, that's pretty cool. That's really interesting. And how are you liking doing that?
I like it a lot. There's a lot of challenges because you do have to train your palate every single day. You have to train your palate. You can't eat a lot of hot stuff, a lot of cold stuff, not super salty when you're like regular eating, because we have to take care of our palate. So I always thought being a food critic was going to be easy, but it takes a lot of care. So
That's interesting that you say that because like a lot of people, like whenever they talk about refining your palate or like cleansing the palate, it's like you just can't go to like a McDonald's and be like, give me half the menu and I'll tell you exactly what it tastes like.
no, you can't go like that unless if you have. It takes around up to 4 years to train your palate completely for you to be able to do that. In our school, when they taught us, we were able to do something similar with certain foods we learned, but it still takes a lot of time. We can't just like give you the menu of the whole McDonald's, it's just like.
So I have a side question on that. How do you feel about these people on Yelp that write these like elaborate reviews and they're trying to write it like in the style of a food critic? I'm not sure if you've seen those, if you have the Yelp app, but yeah. So what are your thoughts on those kind of reviews? Because everybody kind of reads those. I'm curious now.
Okay, so like what the difference between what my teacher used to tell me of a food critic and a food reviewer, There's a lot of things. There's food YouTubers, food reviewers, and food critics who are
Mm-hmm.
certified. And I personally, I still, I don't mind those people because that's their point of view. And a food critic, not when you go doing food criticisms, you take people with you. You usually don't go alone, because that way you could see the opinion of the other person. Then they'd be like, no, maybe I don't like this. Maybe I like this. And as a food critic, our job is not to only understand our side, but the other people's side. So Yelp, I think it's a good way to understand other people's point of views of likings and what they don't like.
And where can you, because obviously it's not like you're from Ratatouille, right? And you're doing a food critic type thing like that. Where can you go to either get this training, or like, do you post on a professional site? Do you post to the newspaper? Like, how do people read about your professional reviews?
Okay, so you do have to take journalism. People just think that food critics are, you just study culinary and you become a food critic. You have to take journalism, culinary, and performance, which is either you take for writing book, writing magazines, or audio. And in my case, it was on audio. So
That's
depending on where you're good.
And then so that's your training. Where do you post to? Like, do you write for like a certain magazine, or a newspaper?
I used to be in the radio for the school before going solo. So because I suck at writing, like my writing sucks. I took journalism and all of those things, but still, like my writing skills are not like the best, I would say. And I don't say it's my strong, but I am good at speaking. So it's like I took actually voice acting and voice explanation, and I was able to do it through there. So I was able to be in the radio, and people were able to know me and my criticisms through there.
Oh, that's cool. So like you can, so kind of like what we're doing today, not necessarily like a podcast, but you were able, or do you still do that? Do you still give your food reviews like over audio?
Still with the school. At the beginning, like they let me go, but the two other people who were there, they wouldn't want to do it. So I'm still doing that there. But I also have my own like kind of style like podcast, you could say, and I do reviews and tell the history of like the food, because that's like more my specialty.
And that's pretty cool because I know we listened to your episode with our boy Cisco here. Woo woo she.
Yeah.
AKA Mochi Code.
Mochi Code. There you go. And
Code.
that was a really good a good episode. Now, what is your podcast called, and what is it that you do on there?
Okay, so my podcast is called Hungry WeiXi. You spell it out hungry, WEIXI. A lot of people misspell it. But like in there I was planning to do like reviews of food and be like the YouTubers, like tell, oh, this place is good and this place is not. But then I started realizing that a food critic it's more than just doing reviews. We also tell the history behind of the food, because it's very important. In order to improve a dish, you must know the history of it. And that's how I started doing history. And soon I have been date to do the history of some restaurants, that how long have they been there, how they started, and why they started it. So that's my podcast.
And how long have you been doing these podcasts?
With the school, I have 1 year, but well, actually more than that, 2 years. But with me alone, like 9 months, I would say, not much.
And what just so we can get you a shout out, what platforms are you on?
Okay, so in Japan, I am in the radio. So if you guys live in Japan, you guys can hear me in the radio. It's called jpradio.com. Or you guys could hear me in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and all of those platforms.
Well, that's cool. So Hungry WeiXi is the name of the podcast, right?
Yes.
Hungry WeiXi, and it's on your major streaming services. And so that's really cool. I really like it. I actually did like the episode that Cisco was on. Sorry, Mochi Code. I really enjoyed that episode. and only because you went into the history of some of the stuff. Like I think you even went into the history of mochi and like where like all that came from on that episode. So that was really cool. Now we have a question, and I think Neff will appreciate this one. What makes you happy?
It's quite easy. What makes me happy, and a lot of people think this is kind of cheesy, but is the happiness of other people. I don't know why. I feel like it's contagious to see people happy. So I see them happy, I automatically become happy. And I feel that's my main happiness resource.
And you know, that's actually it's really nice that you say that because I think even me and you had a conversation about other people's happiness and how it kind of brings a little bit of light to everybody's life. So that's really cool that does make you happy.
And that actually goes why I study food criticism as well.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, yeah. Food does make people happy. It makes me happy. That's why I am the way that I am. I'm very happy because I eat a lot of lasagna and Asian food, so I'm happy.
Ew,
But
I got you. One day I'll make you Asian food.
oh, there you go. There you go. I like that. Now,
Yeah.
so as we talked about in the beginning, we did ask our fatties about icebreakers, and you want to share this experience yesterday that we had shown?
You want me to share? Okay.
Yeah, you share it.
So speaking about icebreakers, it's kind of ironic how it happened. So Josh and I, we go shopping at the grocery store, and for some reason, the experience that we had that day, we went to like 3 or 4 grocery stores.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
it was like
4.
it was like 3 or 4 grocery stores, and I'm gonna take this mic real quick. Well, yeah, so I'll tell the story. So, sorry, Neff, but every single checkout person, teller, whatever the proper term is, I'm not sure, but they were, I mean, as slow as can be. I was getting frustrated. Lines were crazy, maybe because it was a holiday that day. But at the very last store, we finally get to the teller, the clerk, the checkout person, and we had a cart. I mean, it was stacked, right? And there was a lot of stuff in there. So she just pulls the cart up to the register, and not even looking at the register, she just starts throwing stuff, like scanning. She's like beep beep beep, super quick, right? And she was like fast. And even I made the comment to Josh, and I was like, dude, I feel like we're, what did I say, Daytona 500, like in a pit crew. It was ridiculous. And I was, dude, this is awesome because it was so quick. And if I missed something, tell me, Josh. So Josh brings up a random comment out of nowhere. What show is it again? Have you seen
Employee of the Month?
Yeah, he's like, have you seen Employee of the Month? I've never seen Employee of the Month, so I didn't know where he was going with it. But he's like, have you seen Employee of the Month? I don't think she did. But the bag boy who was putting the bags in the grocery, he's like, oh yeah, the one with Dane Cook. And then Josh, the conversation started from there. You know, it was icebreaker. And I didn't realize this until after we were walking out. But the conversation happened, and the bag boy's like, oh yeah, she should how did it go? Help me out.
He was like, oh, she should audition next time. I think he was trying to flirt with her, bro, like really. And then he just goes like,
not me, the bag boy.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, the bag boy.
Yeah.
To clarify for all of our fatties, Chon's still single. Remember that, everybody, all ladies.
8675-309. Thank you.
And he was just like, yeah, she should audition. So I told the girl, I said, you know what? Yeah, if they come out with a second one, make sure you go and audition. Make sure you go audition for the fastest hands in the West, because she was checking out everything super fast.
Yeah, and so that's kind of how that happened. But once we like walked to the car, we were talking about it, and I was like, dude, that's great. Like that was an icebreaker without even thinking about it, you know, because we did ask the fatties about icebreakers, and I told Josh, you know, that's a good one. We could just talk about what just happened yesterday. But the reality of it is, it's like Josh even expressed. You want to talk about your expressions?
Which ones?
About how now it's easier to talk and
oh yeah, because I think I said that now that I'm married, like I have confidence way up here. Like I don't care what anybody thinks of me. It's just I just want to talk, buddy. Like, that's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah, which I don't know why he made that comment, because I mean we knew. I think she was looking more at me because I wasn't wearing a wedding ring.
Anyway.
But hey, we won't get into the politics of that, because you know the bag boy is gonna marry that.
Probably.
I'm
fairly certain.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the little story. It was about icebreaker. It's just kind of funny how it just we were talking about it. We asked our fatties, and then just out of nowhere, it just kind of happened, and it happens on a daily basis. You don't really realize it, so it's interesting to see what how it happened to us and what our fatties said also, which we'll be getting into.
Yeah, so now we can actually go on into the icebreakers that our fatties have for you. So we'll go ahead and what we do on the Phat Chat, whenever we ask fatties to give us their input, we always mention their IG tags. So, you're not going to know their names, but at least you'll be able to know from IG who's asking. So who'd like to take the first one?
I can take the first one right here. All right, so the first one is Papa_Evo, and he asks, if your life history was a movie, what would be the name? What would it be? A comedy, drama, horror, or thriller, and why?
That's a huge question.
Yeah,
That's that's gonna be hard to answer. But I mean, let's see. Give us your best shot. Let's see what we got.
Actually, that's quite easy.
Real? Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, that's easy. I've actually felt all my life, well, since I was in Mexico when I was born, my life has been an action movie. Because I've gone through so much things that now I just wish my whole life was an action movie. I just want that action, like typical car riding,
Oh, like police chases?
Danger here, yes, police chases. I want to go back to my childhood.
Yeah, because Mexico isn't the safest place, is it? Just saying.
There's areas. Like, for example, in the place I am, it's super safe. But there is a place where, back then, when I was small, it was called Rosarito. Maybe you guys know it. Maybe you guys don't. Things started getting, like, crazy. And it started getting, like, literally, it was like how they used to say, like, you took out your hand purse and it'll steal it in a second. Now it's more safer. But maybe because of that, I came back to Mexico having the idea of that, thinking I'm going to live in an action movie, but everything's just very calm at this point. Well, it really depends.
Depends on the area, huh?
Yeah, it depends on the area, because, like, I was telling a friend of mine a certain thing that happened that was kind of like an action, but still I feel like it needs more action for it.
And you know what? You say that you were born and raised in Mexico, right?
I was born in Mexico, raised in California.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because I was going to say, because your accent, I mean, then again, I mean, I only know, like, just the Mexicans from California. No, like, motherland ones. So, like, they're, I don't know, like, all the accents, but your accent is more on the Asian side. Do you speak other languages other than just Spanish?
Yes, I do.
How many languages do you speak?
I just like to say I'm a polyglot, which is you speak more than 4 languages.
Ooh, dang. 4, so, like, I'm going to say, like, 6. You speak 6? Something like that?
Yes.
Oh,
Around,
man.
yeah, something like that.
How did you even come to speak all the, like, what can you speak? What are those 6 languages?
Yeah, because that's impressive. I mean, I struggle with 2, 6, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying that I'm impressed with that, because, I mean, I can't even barely do 2, and the two that I know, I can't even speak them right anyway. So I would get, my mind, I feel like it would be clustered, and just my headspace would just be all over the place all the time.
It is. I mean, me and my sister, we both kind of speak the same amount of languages. But I speak Spanish, English, sign language, American Sign Language, Japanese, Chinese, Korean. Some Korean I'm still learning. Cantonese. So that's actually 7.
Oh my gosh.
But like, I feel like Chinese and Cantonese are quite the same, so I usually just count it as, like, Chinese.
Man, well, I'm Japanese, so.
Oh, you're Japanese?
Yeah, I'm
konnichiwa.
Japanese. Oh, konnichwa, moshi moshi, arigato, konnichiwa. No,
That's all he knows.
I still need to go. I still need to go to Japan. I still need to go to Guam. I still need to go to, like, my family origins, of where I've come from. I'm Mexican too. But I've been there, so I feel like that's already off my list.
You're just a mix of
I'm just a
little bit of
mutt.
everything.
I'm a mutt. I'm the
Yeah.
American dream, guys. I'm a melting pot. That's what I am.
Did you understand anything she said, Josh, or no?
Yes, bro. She was
Are you
just
sure?
like, "Hey, you're a cool dude."
You're so
Sheesh.
dumb.
And I was just like, you know.
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
Oh, they-
すごいね。
Yeah, I don't think Josh knew what you were saying, WeiXi.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I sometimes struggle with my Japanese because, like, when my Asian languages always mix up. So, for example, Chinese characters they mix up with the Japanese, and so instead of reading it like Chinese, I read it like Japanese, or so on. So it's like maybe I was speaking some Japan Chinese something.
Oh, that's okay. That is a-okay. You want to take the next one?
Yeah. So the next one here is from J. Veden asks, would you rather have your family see a video compilation of every time you've ever lied? Sorry, I have to say it two ways, okay? Of every time you ever lied, or every time you've ever said a swear word, while knowing the context of both situations.
Ding. Wow, that is hard. I think nobody would want anything like this. But I guess of lie. Because you know that heavy weight once you lied, and if they see it, I'll be like, but it was in the past.
That's a real good way of looking at it, because
Yeah,
there's a lot of, like, there's grown men out there who are just like, I'll take this to the grave. Like, I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm pointing to you.
So for the next one, just to keep on rolling. Oh, hold on, I lost it.
Erica.
Erica_T asks, if your family and friends could describe you in one word, what would it be?
Crazy.
Great. Why?
Yeah. Because that's what they, every time they tell them, so how do you see your daughter? Oh, my daughter is crazy. My dad, my mom, my sister, my uncles, everybody says I'm crazy. It's just like, that's simple.
So is that a good crazy or a bad crazy? Because there's a lot of kinds of crazy.
I don't know.
She's like, I don't know.
I hope it's the good.
Hey, I appreciate the sincerity, because, you know, people would just be like, they're just like lying. Oh, no, it's the good crazy.
I mean, I feel nobody is good crazy to be crazy enough.
Possibly, quite true.
All right, so the next one is from Clams, and they asked, what's the best mistake you've made and why? This one's kind of...
That's an interesting one. It's tricky.
Yeah. Because you never think of a mistake as something good, right?
Yeah. Best mistake was meeting you guys.
Dang. Oh, man.
No, just kidding. 'Cause it was a good thing. Like,
Nice.
and it was a mistake because I was like scrolling through things and I click and subscribe to the Phat Chat, and I was like, oh, what is this? And it was so interesting. And I started seeing like the things, and then later on they explained to me what it was, and I was like, I like it. And if it wasn't literally for you guys, I would have not been able to understand how audios are made, or like know how to get my way around on ways of speaking, or like breaking the ice on radio.
We really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. That's really awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, I was gonna make a comment that you threw the first stone, so be ready. But I'll take that back, because we appreciate what you just said. That was nice.
No, really, because I think you are the fourth person so far to actually, not necessarily say like to start a podcast, but that we actually have had something to do with people in either wanting to start a podcast, doing a podcast, or getting the courage to actually move forward and do something. And so like that's really that's it. We really appreciate it. I mean, me personally, I really appreciate that, because I feel like even though we're not big, even though we have people listening worldwide, it's still something nice to hear. So thank you.
And I really want to thank you guys, because this may sound weird, but I used to study you guys because I didn't know how to act on Radio Japan. Even though it's another language, it's still like, how do you break the ice? How do you speak in front of people? And I saw how comfortable you guys were, and I started taking actions towards how you guys were acting. So it's like, I appreciate it.
Do you know karate? Because you're kind of scaring me. I'm just kidding.
조금해요.
For who's the where the beans at? Where the beans at? Ask. If your life had a theme song, what would that song be and why?
I don't know. I don't know any theme song that could describe me or like what my life. Huh. Maybe like a dun 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 dun.
Oh,
Like dramatic. So crazy and dramatic. Is that what you're saying?
Crazy. Yeah,
Crazy
so
and
maybe
dramatic.
because I've always injured myself or in a way, so it's like dun 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 before hitting me, and it's like
oh, I
something like that.
I see.
man.
All right. So
That's all you.
our fatties always gotta throw something out there, and you know what? They wanted it to be said, and I'm gonna say it specifically for my _A _ game 73. If you have anything to say, send it to that person.
Yes.
That person wanted to know, or maybe they use this all the time as an icebreaker and it works. His go-to question is, "Do you fart?" And I'm reading directly to the. You don't need to answer it, but I'm only saying it because he wants us to say it. So I'm gonna say it.
That's a very common question, and I had a weirder question, but I'll be honest. I fart because I'm a healthy person.
Hey, there you go. I tell you. I told you guys farting was healthy. Everybody over here was saying last night how toxic they
Bro,
were.
that doesn't mean you have to do it with all of us there.
Every 5 minutes.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I remember the doctor used to tell my dad, okay, you need to fart in order to be healthy, right? Because he's always been in the hospital for an accident he had. And he used to say, like, you need to fart. And I used to be like, I'll do it for you. But they were like, not in the room with everybody. So I think it's
So-
separately.
According to that doctor, Josh, you are extremely overly healthy, bro.
I am overly
You are
healthy.
overly healthy.
I am overly
You are the
healthy. I need
picture
to
of
calm
pure health.
down. I need to calm down on my health right now.
Okay, so Simone _Uhuka asks, if you could have chosen your name, what would it be and why?
That's easy. That would be WeiXi Wang. That's why I chose that name, actually.
And what does that mean?
Yeah, does that have any significant meaning?
Yeah. Okay. So originally, I was given two names. One I could choose, and one that a Chinese family had to give me. My first name is Yue Wei, which means small pearl. Now, the character Wei means micro or small, but I wanted it to be something different, because that's a very common name in China. And Si Wang means hope. And I remember all the brothers were like, "You're always smiling, you're always like a hope like to us." And I was like, I want to be a micro hope to people's life. I want to make them smile. That's what makes me happy. So it's like, I want to be WeiXi Wang.
That's really nice. I like that. Let's see. Okay, so Shades of Purple. Shades of Purple asks, what is your favorite animal and why?
Horse. Because they have 4 legs and they can run faster than me.
Wait, you said what?
Horse?
A horse.
Oh, a horse. A horse. Okay, I thought you said of course, and I was like, what isn't of course that has 4 legs? I didn't know what you were saying.
No, a horse.
Have you ever been
Sorry.
horseback riding?
Yes, I've been many times. I was gonna become a horse rider, but then I had to let it go.
Oh man, yeah, no, I've only been horseback riding about 3 times in my life. Once,
Really?
yeah, twice as a kid. One of those times I fell off the horse, and it wasn't that great of an experience. It wasn't memorable. The third time I was more of an adult, and I was so scared that the horse sensed my fear and took off, and with me on it. So, yeah, I gave horses a break for a good 10-ish years. I might try again. I don't know. I've gotten heavier since then. They might not like me. So we'll have to see.
To get yourself a pure-blooded horse.
There
They're
you
very
go.
strong,
A
so it's like-
Mustang. I have to get a Mustang.
Mustang.
Get yourself a
yeah.
stang.
Get-
Yeah.
You wanna,
I don't want to talk about Mustangs. So, Healthy Weight Beauty asks, "What is your favorite genre of music and why?" I feel like we touched this already, didn't we?
Music?
No, not music.
We
The
haven't?
theme
Okay.
song.
Oh
We were
yeah,
talking about
theme
the
song. Okay, yeah. So, favorite genre and music and why?
Music, it's weird. I love traditional Chinese and Korean music, which is like trot. The guchang is a special instrument. That's kind of like a guitar, but like set it down. I'm not sure how to explain it.
Oh yeah, the
But
one
I
that you sit on your lap, right? And then
Uh-huh,
it's like you play
yeah.
like this.
Mm.
Something like that.
Exactly. I love that type of music, and trot is like 70s Korean style music.
Are you
Like
oh,
Elvis style, but just like Korean style.
Korean Elvis? That sounds.
There you go.
Yeah, Korean
There you
Elvis.
go.
Are you also onto
Yeah.
that like BTS bandwagon stuff?
I mean, I used to be, but when the thing started, like, whoever's gonna watch me, they're gonna start killing me. But like, maybe because I started appreciating like more the traditional, the actual culture of Korea instead of what is on trend. That's how you say trend.
Yeah.
Trend now. I started like I do listen to it, but I prefer the traditional culture of stuff.
So that's
it's like
pretty.
sometimes.
And so the music, like, if I wanted to listen to it on Pandora or Spotify or YouTube Music, what genre would I look up? Like, how would I start a radio for it?
Well, you just search up Korean trot, TROT, or there's this girl I listen a lot. Her name is Lee Bada. She sings very, very nice.
How would you spell that?
Lee Bada is Leebada. Lee Bada.
Oh, just one word,
Yeah.
just libada.
Mm-hmm,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Or trot, or just put guchang, and you'll find traditional Chinese music. So it's like,
Okay, cool.
Okay, so got it. Google traditional Chinese music, and then
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
It's all gonna
Okay.
come up from the
More
16th
simple.
century.
yeah, because I'm like, you say the words, but I won't be able to spell them out. So, Google is my best friend now.
Yeah. So the next one is from Neff.
No,
Al-
not that one.
Wait.
Keisha
No,
Love.
Oh, yeah.
Keisha
Keisha
Love.
Love
And don't ask mine.
underscore 21
Mine's not a question.
asks,
It's not a question.
"What is your favorite color?"
Green.
What shade of
Really?
green?
Are you serious?
Like-
Green?
I love green.
Green,
Yeah,
that-
a lot of people say I like pink because I have a lot of pink stuff, but honestly, I love green. It's my favorite color.
That's mine and my wife's favorite color too. Green.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, high five. Green. You know what? Tell your wife I'm gonna send her a gift.
Oh yes, I will. She will appreciate that. I'll tell her.
Yeah.
Tell her. That's the
Green.
only reason
The
why we're
green
married.
emerald,
That's it.
green earrings.
What's your favorite color?
Actually, actually, for her wedding ring, I actually switched out. The jeweler didn't think that that it would come out well. I got her a rose gold wedding ring, and I took out the diamond. It was an oval diamond, and then it was with diamonds around it. I took out the big one, and then I replaced it with an emerald stone. And the jeweler looked at me crazy. She was like, "Why would you want to do that to this ring?" I said, "Trust me, it's gonna come out looking good."
That's good.
And it did. It came out amazing. The jeweler ate her words. She was like, "This is one of the best rings that I've seen." So, but yeah, no, because our favorite color. Thank you so much. I love.
Good job, Josh.
Kudos. But well, dang it, man. That's what I was gonna say. But oh yeah, because both of our favorite color is green. That's why I did it like that, because she loves green just as much as I do. My backyard is filled with it, so so it's great.
Green,
The
brown.
window. It was like that's a beautiful backyard.
Oh yeah, you can
Oh,
see.
yeah.
I think you can see the reflection out the window. Oh yeah, all the trees swaying out right now, so it's great. It's heavenly here. And oh yeah, and then we have Neff Allercorn.
No, that one's more for something else. That's unrelated. But let's just
Oh.
move over to $60
But
billion
like, I
man.
must hear it. I must hear it.
That one was just
That's
for the.
interesting.
That wasn't a
Are you
question.
sure?
Is it, are
It
you
wasn't-
sure?
I
Are
think
you
our
sure
fatties
about
will like it.
I
No,
think
it's
our
just
fatties wanna
unrelated.
know.
That one
She
just-
wants.
It's an
She wants to
icebreaker.
hear
It's
it.
really not
Yeah,
an
it's an
icebreaker.
icebreaker.
It
A pretty
doesn't
heavy
break-
icebreaker.
It's not a.
These are the punishments.
It
These
works.
are
Hey,
the
Like, you have to
punishment.
kill the cat.
it
Come
works for.
on.
It works for Neff.
It didn't. It.
Alarcon. It says Alarcon.
That's what it is.
Neff
Neff
Alarcon. So I mean,
yeah,
hey,
it kind of
This was-
confused me.
This was for the boys. This is really for the boys.
why are you pointing at me?
I pointed
Why
in
are
this
you doing
direction.
the boys?
In
Are you
this
talking about
direction.
Chon's
It doesn't
mom?
matter.
Alright,
Look,
I
whose
have
mom are
nothing
you
to do with
talking about
this.
in this situation?
let's just keep moving. $60 billion man.
So
He's asking.
whose mom's weight do you want to know? Is it my mom's weight?
Wait, no, like, I'm very curious. I can't answer any
Well,
more questions.
We'll share later.
Go ahead.
It's
Okay.
fine. No, it's not. It's cool.
Hold
It
on,
doesn't matter.
I'm
It's just
gonna-
not related. It just makes.
I'm gonna mute.
I've
gonna
never
mute our
heard
mic.
this guy so flustered in my life.
It's just not related. It doesn't. Anyways,
No, come on, no. Go.
moving forward.
I
It
had
was just
hey,
a joke.
I had to do the farting one.
It was just a joke. Guess the question. The question was, what's an icebreaker? So I said, your mom.
What's your mom's weight?
True, though. That is true.
You're so dumb.
There
So
you go.
true.
Anyways, $60 billion man. He's interested in your snacks or desserts. What's better?
Why are you screaming?
I gotta make sure it's clear.
I've never seen him so flustered.
yeah.
like this ever.
Dude, I'm sorry, Nev. You're so flustered. I feel like I can see how
Oh,
red you are through
man,
your
no.
black mask.
Bruh, you guys heck put him on the spot.
I know.
So long.
Oh,
See, you're
Um,
getting sympathy. It's
Ah.
okay.
oh.
So snacks or dessert?
I thought they were asking me if I was the snack or dessert. I was like, oh, it's like dinner.
No. The question was snacks or desserts. Which is better?
Snacks or dessert? Okay.
You gotta move closer to the
Snacks.
Okay.
Because snacks. Oh, this is my point. Okay, sorry if I'm going like all professional here, but as a food critic, snacks are way better than the dessert. The reason why snacks are actually considered dessert.
Really?
If you guys didn't know that, yeah, because
Then what's
if you
cheesecake?
actually,
Delicious.
if you actually
It's a
realize, a lot of cakes and a lot of things are made out of almonds, nuts, or something sweet. It's rarely something you eat that is savory. And fruits in Asia, in the part of Asia, India, Korea, whatsoever, it's considered a dessert. So a fruit in America is a snack, but technically a snack is a dessert. So snack.
Wow, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never would have looked at it that way. I would have looked at like cookies as a snack, but apparently, it can be a dessert, like the cookie overload pizza thing.
Well, I think
You know,
some
they put
can-
ice cream on top
From where?
from like Chili's. They have
Or-
like the cookie overload, right?
Okay.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
from
That's
what's it called,
like
PJs,
a float.
right?
Oh, BJ's. There you go. Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
What's it
talking
called,
about.
The bazooki.
The
or something like
bazooki?
that?
I'm pretty the bazooki.
Pizookie.
Pizookie.
not
Bazooki, there you go.
Bazooki.
That sounds
Bazooki.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's really
Bazooki.
good. I ordered that last time we went. Remember from Mateo's Park? It was like the cookies with the ice cream on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
See,
good.
Long
I would
time
think
ago.
I would think of cupcakes as a snack.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Kind of
yeah.
sweet. for
I mean,
something.
I guess our
So
fatties
cookies.
like food as much as all of us do, because
Yeah.
That's why we're the Phat Chat.
yeah, the last fatty, D-Storm journalist said, as for icebreaker, if you can have one food for free, what would it be?
Food for free,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm assuming he meant forever, right? Would you think?
Yeah.
I think for just like you can have any type of food, right? But every day you'd have to go and get this one free food.
Or what if it's like a one-time thing
Right.
for like this really
Yeah.
crazy
Forever.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, if it's forever, that's actually quite simple. It would be 선두부찌개.
All
Say
right.
what?
What'd you call me?
What'd you call it? 선두부. 선두부찌개 is like a soup made out of tofu and Korean powder, chili, kimchi fermented, some steak. It's like
So you said it's called sondubuchike?
부지개. 네.
부-
Yes.
And how
Yep.
would you spell that?
부지개.
Buchike.
선두. It's SUDBU. Jjigae is like JJAGA. I don't honestly. I know how to spell it in Korean. I don't know how to spell it like in.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like trying to like do a. I'm so confused right now.
No, that actually sounds really good,
Yeah,
man. That sounds like
yeah,
a spicy soup.
Yeah, it's very good. I'll show you guys a picture one day.
Yeah, because there was this chef. What's that Korean chef's name? The one from Philly.
What?
Isn't it like Chef?
Ramsey.
Chef Boyardee?
No. Gosh. No, it's like Chef Crisco or something. Like, you guys probably don't follow him, huh? No, he's a really good
No, I
Korean
don't
chef
follow
out of
him.
Philly, and he's like, oh, that looks good.
Oh, is that in like it? That looks delicious.
Oh yeah, that looks
Yeah, I
nice.
could eat it. I mean, at least I eat it 7 times per week. Almost
Now,
every day.
do you
Oh,
make
wow.
it though?
Yeah, I make it. My specialty is on complete Asian food, from Indian to Thai to Chinese to Korean. So I specialize on those types of food.
And you make it from scratch, or do you like go get the microwave stuff?
Oh no. That will get me. My teacher, my culinary teacher, will yell at me.
Oh man,
No,
I want to
I
try.
make it from scratch.
I think
Would
that's
you-
a
Oh, sorry, go
disrespect.
ahead.
I think that's a disrespectful question to ask. You know, if you use microwave stuff, I mean,
I asked.
forgive Joshua. I'm
I-
sorry. Forgive him.
What's it
It's
called?
okay.
We had a visitor,
Smack him.
and they were like a professional chef. And they're like, anybody have any questions about the kind of food that I make? And I asked if they ate Hot Pockets, and they're like, no, stop it. And then they said, next one. I was just like wanted to know.
He's ready to slap you.
Yeah.
Would you
It's funny because,
mind
for
sending or is it a secret? Is it a secret recipe that you do, or?
No, it's not secret. Like, for example, I think as a food critic, I want to, like, everything I do, I want to share it with everybody because I want everybody to make a special, delicious meal. So I could share it with you guys and you guys could post it somewhere.
Oh, that would be awesome. We'd love to post it to our description.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool to like get together and like make it like.
Ooh, the Phat Chat makes.
Yeah, that would be
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. If I ever go over there, I'll make you guys an Asian feast.
And then
Every
I will
type
make
of meal.
you a heart attack called Southern Fried Catfish, and we'll.
I've
eat it.
heard of it.
Comes with
I've
insulin
actually
shots.
heard of it. What?
It comes with insulin shots. It also comes with lollipops to make sure that you feel okay.
That's good. That's good.
Well, that's what we have from our fatties for the icebreakers. So thank you for taking the time today to talk to us, answer those questions, and once again, just for everybody listening, why don't you go ahead and say what your IG is, your podcast.
Okay, you can find me on IG as Hungry WeiXi, Hungry WEIXI, Hungry WeiXi, and in podcast you can find me pretty much the same. In Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Douyin. So those are you in China, whoever hears things from China, in Japan, and yeah.
Thank you very much. And we actually do have listeners in Japan. I think it tracked it as like 3 people, 3 people listening in Japan. So yes,
Which is pretty cool. You know, that makes me happy. You know.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I don't know any Japanese people.
me neither.
I mean,
So
they're
hey,
listening.
I'll share my viewers to you guys. I mean my listeners.
yes, there we go.
Please do
Yes.
shout us out. I don't know if you know, but we're having a raffle.
Oh god.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it and say do this because if I made it up here, you guys can make it too.
That's right. That's right.
exactly. Yeah, because I mean, it's money. You know, it's free money. All you gotta do is do a couple little steps, and it's like a gift card from Starbucks. Everybody loves their coffee.
There
So
is a lot of Starbucks and
there's a lot
There's
of
like
Starbucks.
5
everywhere.
here in town.
Yeah.
I don't
I
understand.
think there's 4, no?
Is it supposed to be like?
There's
No,
a
I
new
think
one.
there's
There's
5.
a
Oh
new
yeah,
one
there
that
is
just
5.
opened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one right here.
Because I'm pretty sure it's.
I don't know.
Is it
I
supposed to
lost
be
count.
like one Starbucks store per like 10,000 people or something? Like, because
Maybe.
there's just so many out there.
Anyways,
That sounds like an old man topic.
How
Anyhow,
many Starbucks are there in town?
so you will be staying with us for the duration
Remaining.
of the episode. we're gonna be going into Seaspiracy. So if you guys haven't watched Seaspiracy yet, please do. Take a look at it. We're not environmentalists, we're not tree huggers or anything like that, but we do have an appreciation, a level of appreciation for where we live, our environment. So let's go ahead and start talking about Seaspiracy. We have some bullet points here that we wanted to bring out. Plastics are not using plastics the issue, or will doing or not using plastics save the earth? Do you guys remember anything from that part of the movie?
Yeah, like where they talked about plastic straws. That part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Actually, yeah, I saved a note on that. Actually, let me see. Let me try to pull it up. Yeah, because it was talking about how most people think that, it's like plastic straws that are really ruining the environment, which is why they're making all these movements of stop plastic straws, things like that. But only 0.03% of all trash in the ocean is from plastic straws.
0.03%.
Yeah.
And that's out of that big old plastic, that big plastic landmass.
Yeah.
Right.
He basically compared it to trying to save the Amazon forest by boycotting toothpicks.
Dude, I don't even know how that would work.
Yeah.
And actually talking about that landmass, I think it was 55% of that landmass is made up of fishing gear and not plastics.
Yeah.
Right. And then, do you want? Oh, sorry, you're drinking. Never mind. Sorry, didn't know. But what about you, WeiXi? What do you think about that plastic use?
Plastic use. I mean, I have my sister. She's an environmental. She prohibits me from using anything plastic, but I still use it. I still feel like when she's not looking, I'm like with my Starbucks coffee, and I'm like, shh, with the plastic, and she's like drinking it in front of her.
Yeah, like it was. I mean, even with that note, and it kind of goes into, to why is it that plastics are being focused instead of the commercial fishing industry?
Because I was gonna say a lot. You ask anybody, whether you've seen the show or not, everyone there's such a focus, like you mentioned, Josh, on plastics, on straws, mostly, and like the little 12 packs of sodas that you get, the little rings around those. Yeah, I mean, and they'll post a photo of like an animal with their head caught in there. Yeah, that's terrible. Of course it is. It is. That's not cool. But like it was stating here, is not necessarily the full issue, right? Kind of going into what you were saying there. So it kind of makes you wonder why are they pushing, like when we talk about social media, our last episode, why are they pushing only plastics when there's other issues at hand that Josh was going into?
And I think even the interview, with that interview with, I just forgot the organization.
It's like a M. Oh, dang, I forgot to. It's
Mitsubishi.
Dolphin Safe, and then it's another one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Dolphin Safe tuna people. Mitsubishi actually is one of them,
Yeah.
but that's for the tuna one.
Oh. Okay.
They own the majority in Japan of the commercial fishing industry, and even they couldn't get an interview with them. But there were all these organizations that claim to push plastic use, and the documentary guy, dude, I hope in like 6 months we don't find him like just all of a sudden gone.
Yeah.
Because like he really uncovered like all these organizations who are pushing for no more plastic use, how they're all making money from the commercial fishing industries. And like when the question was asked to the CEO of like the major one, why don't you talk about fishing less? Why don't you talk? I mean, the landmass is basically all of fishing gear. More than half is fishing gear. Why don't you talk about eating less fish? And they just went off. Like they just went completely off. Told them like to get out of the building, turn the cameras off, and then basically trying to backpedal a lot of their statements. But it's crazy. And when you talk about all this commercial fishing gear, it goes into whaling and dolphin hunting and how dolphins are being discarded on these ships knowingly on a massive scale. But not only that, it was the Japanese government in one of their cities knows that this stuff is going on, but they're not doing anything about it because they want the dolphins out of their area so that way they can catch more fish. Like it's crazy. Like have you because you've seen it too, right? You've seen Seaspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, if you guys don't mind me saying this, I actually feel it's a big part of negotiation. All my life, I've been negotiating with my dad. I grew up selling things and everything. And now that I see more like the culinary world, we actually not long ago we had to review things about the sea world, the seafood, and we saw that the profits of seafood it's actually higher than the profits of any cow or chicken sold in here. And that's one of the people how they were willing. They were saying like I prefer to kill one whale for food than kill many chickens. I'm not sure if you guys
Oh
heard
Yeah.
about that.
Yes, the whaler that was
Yeah,
interviewed from the what?
yeah,
But what did they
It
call
was
that? They
Sweden.
huh?
It was over in Iceland, but it was
It was like the most humane whaling or something like that.
Yeah, but what was the
sustainable.
term from it? It was like something kill.
Gull kill. I don't know.
Wasn't well we know what you're talking about though. The
Yeah.
the big hunt, that whaling hunt that happens like once a
the
year.
big hunt.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if you put it in terms and perspectives, negotiation, they're gonna do it into big prices. They're gonna do it into many things. But for the people who actually need it for food, and that's their resource, then it's understandable. But for the people who just do it for ambition and for money, that's when I feel it's wrong.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I do like the way how he said it. Um I when he said that I'd rather kill one whale to feed me for an X amount of time than kill, like 20,
2,000
30
chickens.
chickens,
Hmm.
And that cuz he goes
Mm-hmm.
to me that's one life over 30.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just be able to provide for me and my family off of this one whale for a while than having to, worry about the rest. And obviously, if you're an environmentalist, you're a vegan, you're someone who's vegetarian, whatever. Yeah, obviously it might be wrong in your eyes, to do that. However, again, like I like how you even said it, we see that it's a resource. It's a resource to that small remote place, that they do that at. And what's it called? Now, I like how you said about the ambition part, because the commercial fishing companies they do it for ambition and money, and that's why sharks, tunas, a lot of other sea life are being hunted to nearly endangered levels. I can't recall the statistics specifically, but I think tunas are down to what 98%, something like that.
Yeah.
Like down, 2% alive in the earth. So
Well,
like
it's the bluefin tuna.
bluefin
Yeah.
Because
tuna.
the regular tuna right now in commercial wise, they usually don't trap it, and a lot of people don't know this, but the tuna you get in the tuna can, it's 80% soy. So it's like a lot of people don't realize they don't really catch actual tuna. That's why there's more percentage. But bluefin tuna, because it's a rare type of meat, and I'm not sure if you guys actually tried it, but because of its kind of fattiness, it could sell up to how much, like 200 per pound,
I
the
think it was
least, or 3
300.
million.
I'm not sure.
3
Wow.
million per fish.
Now that's the cuz I watched that one show, that tuna hunting show where the fishermen actually go out there and like they go out for the season, they pull one in. I think one of the guys the most that he got for one fish was like 24 grand,
Wow.
something like that. But that was obviously here in America. That wasn't out overseas somewhere else, but
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are cool. I do like watching those shows, but yeah, it's crazy
yeah.
how much a fish can go. I mean, they're
But you see,
big.
they use different tactics. They use different tactics other than these guys who use like the big nets and all that stuff.
But at the same time, are they using those different tactics for our entertainment purpose? Because like if it's on a show, they want it to be rough, they want it to be rugged as much as possible for us, and they're just gonna do something. But they're also not gonna show them like brutally murdering like a ton of animals.
Right,
On the show. Like they need it for the ratings.
like they control the narrative.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel I prefer a group of people going fishing for their own fish. It's like if you want fish, go fish it yourself. Because do you know, like when you eat a regular type of fish that's frozen or fish that's just killed like that, it leaves a lot of like uh, a lot of toxins because of the adrenaline the fish leaves. A lot of fish do feel fear, So they leave this type of bad toxin that could cause us harm. Unless if we catch it and we do it and kill it ourselves, not letting it be there dying without air, and you kill it instantly, that's like the best fish you could have.
Yeah, because
So I think that's more humane.
there was that one part in the episode where they did talk about, do fish feel fear? Do they feel any kind of emotion? And that big old tank of those huge fish, seeing their friend being taken out of the tank and then like chopped in front of them, like they all went to the window and like just
they're all
stopped.
staring at it.
Yeah, like they just stopped looking at their friend like, dang, like that's gonna be us. Like that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, no, animals definitely feel fear, regardless of if it's land or sea.
I mean, I'd be scared in a glass box too, you know, watching someone get pulled out and hacked up. I mean, I don't think I'm the only one on that one, but I mean,
Yeah.
am I?
No.
No,
I mean,
no, you're right.
I don't know.
You know, I'll be thinking, wow, I'm gonna be very delicious.
She's like, man, I'm gonna be a
If
meal,
my friend was
literally.
delicious, I'm gonna be a good meal.
Yeah. And actually, to go back to what you were saying, Neff, about how safe is dolphin safe tuna, right? It's not much at all. It's actually, according to their words, this isn't ours. This is our words. It's not guaranteed, and that these organizations who claim to save the earth from plastics and dolphin safe stuff, they know that there's no guarantee of dolphin safe.
They still, they still say it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Dolphin safe. But it's not.
Exactly.
Like this guy, it's kind of humorous. This guy was like, what did he say? The question was, how can you guarantee the safety of the dolphins? He said, well, you can't. And he said, well, isn't that what you guys are saying? You're guaranteeing that it's dolphin safe. And he said, what did he say?
Oh no, it's because he
It's
asked
like,
first.
oh, it's guaranteed.
Yeah, because he asked first. He goes, how many dolphins does it take?
Oh, yeah.
How many dolphins killed does it take for it not to be dolphin safe? He goes, just one. He goes, well, dolphins are being killed on your vessels, so how can you guarantee that it's not dolphin safe? Well, and then that's when he said that. He said, well, we can't ever guarantee it. He goes, so why do you put it on the label? Because we guarantee it's dolphin safe. How, in the same breath,
Like,
same breath,
that doesn't make sense. Like, really, it's like, what would it be, like a double negative? No, what
Yeah.
it's like,
double net. This isn't mathematics.
Mathematics, yeah. He even brought up though that they have watchers that go onto the ships to make sure that they're not doing anything like illegal.
Yeah.
One watcher every.
Yeah, one watcher every like what was it? It wasn't even like a certain amount of time. It would just be like one after another.
But I guess like in the last some odd years, they all died.
Yeah, they all went missing.
Yeah, they all went missing. I think only one recorded murder, right, in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So that.
In Taiwan, I think, or some. It was an Asian country. This lady, she ended up getting shot in front of her kids because she made someone lose their job.
Yeah, the main fisherman.
Yeah.
There, right. So it's crazy because now you have these organizations who want to regulate it. The governments aren't wanting to regulate it. Oh, and what did the head of the EU for fishing? Do you remember that part? Do you remember what he said? He was talking about like accounting basically, and in the accounting he was like, if you take, you have your initial capital, right? And they were talking about I forgot what the coin term was, but basically sustainable fishing. What is sustainable fishing? He said if you take your resource, your capital, and whatever the profits are from it, if you take that out but don't touch your capital, that's sustainable finance, that's sustainable banking. But once you start getting into your capital and eating away at it, that's no longer sustainable. And then the dude asked, isn't that what's happening in the world? So how is it sustainable fishing? And then the EU guy couldn't say anything. Like there was nothing he could say to rebuttal that. But it just like it's so crazy. It's so crazy the way that these guys, and they're actually backpedaling. Did you check out that link I sent you guys?
No.
The one? No. So the guy who said that about dolphin safe, he said that all of his words were taken out of context.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how you can in the same, even if you were to take 5 minutes out of a 30-minute tape, and out of those 5 minutes, that's what he said. That's what he said. You can't refute that. I don't understand.
Yeah, it was literally like the full clip. It wasn't edited. It didn't look edited.
Yeah.
Rather, it was just a full scene.
Right.
What trips me out the most, I think, is just how much like everyone is in cahoots.
Yes.
Like the government as well.
Like
as
everybody knows
fishermen.
what's going on.
Yeah, they just don't care because the finances are just so good.
That's it.
Money talks.
Yeah.
That's basically.
Money.
That's
You
what I was
$5.
saying about the ambition. Like they're very the government is very ambitious. I'm not trying to like get anything, just
Like
disclaimer out there, but like they're very ambitious of like they want to have more power over certain countries, and so they were blaming first. They were like, "Oh, we don't have enough fish. Let's kill the dolphins." No, it was first the recycling. And then it was like, oh, there's not enough fish or tuna, that's why we have to kill the dolphins.
Right.
But no, let's not kill the dolphins, let's kill the whales. Or no, let's kill the sharks as well, you know? And so forth. But it's because of their ambition. They don't know who to blame it to. But like, there's a traditional saying which says an army can conquer a general, but no man can rob his ambition. And because the ambition is so strong that it could kill many people just of the ambition of one person.
Right. That's all it takes. That's why people say it just takes one person to start something, to start change. One person to change the world, right? To start the
and I
change.
feel like they're blaming on poor creatures and nature and plastic, when in reality we're actually our own problem. We're
Yes.
the ones who are causing it. So it's like,
And you know, I really like how they talked about something else, and a lot of people I don't have a stance on it. I don't know how everybody else feels, but because of the endangered levels, ecosystems are dying, right? The fish, their ecosystems dying, especially all the sharks. Over in China, sharks, the shark fin soup and all that, it's crazy how many places are selling shark fins illegally out in the open. And it says like no photos, no photographs, no videotape, while the authorities don't do anything about it. But because these ecosystems are dying, they talked about phytoplankton, how it stays at the top of the sea, but I guess those absorb 85% of carbon, of our Earth's carbon, and that's 85% of the Earth's carbon. Everyone talks about the rainforest over in the Amazon rainforest, how it's the lungs of the Earth. Our ocean is what's absorbing all of our carbon. So what happens when all of those things die? Like, we're not going to breathe. We're just going to have nothing but carbon. But now, because of that and the ecosystems dying off, it is causing warmer temperatures, and causing ice caps to melt, causing our oceans to be off balance. A lot of people talk about global warming, and that's the reason. But this documentary has counter arguments, I guess you can say.
I think so. Just to keep going with that idea, I think that's kind of where it goes into like people not recognizing the severity of it, because what you could do is essentially just stop or slow down on eating XYZs, because that's going to disrupt the economy, and it's just those small ripple effects that make such a big impact. And most people can ask, like, they don't really care. Just people don't care. Like, it's whatever. I'm just going to buy this can of tuna. It doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. But it's like the importance of it lies in its effect on the ecosystem. And I think that's, like, really important, but it's hard for me to say because I also, like, I'm, like, am I really going to make a difference? I don't know. I'll probably still eat the food because I want some tuna, and it's the cheapest one.
After
I'm
this,
going to get it.
I'll go get like fish fillets from McDonald's.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not just like 1, 2, 3 easy fix.
Yeah.
But the steps in principle are easy to do.
Because they even talked about the guy, he was saying, I forgot what scientist he was talking about, the Gulf of Mexico, when they had that oil tanker spill, and then 3 months of no fishing, all the fish came back. Like, they had their babies, they had their babies had babies.
The coral reef had...
Huh?
The coral reef came back?
Yes. Everything came back. Despite the oil spill, the ecosystem thrived. And I just don't understand why it's not in people's minds. Let's give it a chance. Let's give it a chance to come back. Let's give it a chance to grow. And then start going.
I think a good demonstration of that was also like the whole coronavirus. Like how many people just got off the streets, stayed inside, didn't work, didn't do everything. Like we saw like wildlife just thriving.
Right.
They were
And air
enjoying-
pollution too.
Yeah, air pollution went down like crazy.
A lot.
Yeah.
I think more than that, I think it just showed that man is ruining the earth. Period.
Yeah.
What was that quote from the last documentary? Everything that Social Dilemma. Everything that man does is basically saying that everything that we do is kind of destined to fail. In essence, do you remember what I'm talking about in the Social Dilemma? It said something about it being cursed, but just
Oh,
It
that
was
nothing enters mankind without a curse or something like that.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
see what the-
I think that could be. I think that could be applied the same thing with what we're talking about now. There's still always a drawback. There's be a negative effect to it.
Bro, I got you. It's right here.
Oh, you have it.
It
All
says
right.
nothing vast enters the life of mortals without a curse.
There we go.
I think that was Sophocles. I don't
think
think it
so?
was Sophocles, bro. I don't think it was
Oh,
Sophocles. But-
I just read whatever I saw.
It's good
Oh.
that he's dyslexic.
I am actually.
But yeah, that's no, really, like that. We have this. It's great. Yeah, sure, we're feeding the earth. But that even goes into fishing to farm fishing, like it's no better. Like we thought that would be a good way, mankind.
Mm-hmm.
But for salmon, the fish are diseased, the meat is gray, and the only way that it comes out pink is if the fish are fed food to make their meat pink.
Well, I think naturally it's supposed to be gray. The only reason that they make it pink is for retail, for people, because they don't want to eat something gray. They'd rather eat something pink. So
Really? I
they-
thought wild caught salmon is pink.
No, wild caught is gray.
Yeah. Nev it's correct.
Let's
something
let's
we
ask the
actually
culinary
know.
expert.
She knows. She knows.
She
Yeah,
knows.
yeah. Nev is right. It is actually gray. And they
You don't
do
have to
pink
agree with
because
him.
of
Don't be scared. You don't.
No,
you don't-
no. When it comes to culinary, I'm favored to correct anybody who's wrong. But it is true because of the aesthetics, they do make it pink. There is one certain type of salmon that is pink, but that's very highly expensive. That's why when you go to a Michelin star restaurant, the fish or any plate you receive is more expensive, and that's what I wanted to say. Usually, if you notice, you will never see in a famous restaurant, they'd be like, our fish is from a tank. They're going to be like fished or alive or so forth, because that maintains the quality and it's true fish. And the contrary, the other one, it's pretty much man-made. So it's like the pinkish, the type of pink you see, it's made or it's colored. But a good salmon will have like a translucent kind of reddish pinkish, like a true salmon color.
Yeah, because I
Not
was
like
gonna
a
say,
white
because there's labels everywhere, like at Costco, for example, that say like wild caught salmon.
Those are not appropriate.
Oh
not the
no!
true
I've been
Just
duped.
I'm sorry to burst your bubbles, but let me tell you, Costco has one of the most processed food you could find when it comes to fish.
I have been bamboozled. I have been hoodwinked. I have been.
I love Costco salmon too.
Dude, I love Costco.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And for example, like Nev says, most of the salmon have like that kind of color. So it's
Wow.
just rare to see a pink salmon.
Oh. Did we mention slavery already?
No,
No, not
No,
yet.
we haven't mentioned slavery yet, right?
Talking about pink salmon.
Wait.
Do we
We're
know-
talking about fish. What do you mean slavery?
The blood shrimp.
What?
The blood shrimp. Out in Thailand, how the commercial fishing boats out there are still using slave labor.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice
so
segue.
they're those people,
Nice.
dude. Slaves.
Am I right?
Modern day slaves, literally, like that's just crazy. I don't know. That made my blood boil when I saw that, especially like just how they were. Like that was sad.
Yeah, they even flew their drone over the boat, and somebody
Oh,
spilled
yeah.
out someone.
Please come.
Oh yeah, please come.
Wasn't it help?
No.
I'm
No.
pretty sure it was help.
No,
wasn't
they
it?
spelled come.
It was cum.
Oh,
Definitely
okay.
that.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
And then
I wanted them to come.
yeah, I really. Oh, and then they had to evacuate, right? Like when they
Yeah.
were doing the interview, like the police got a hold a hold that they were
That they had a
filming without
camera.
permits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Like so, even the authorities know.
They know. They know. That's what was like tripping me out. Just like people just don't care.
Yeah.
People-
Yeah, they don't.
Everyone's chasing the money, just chasing the dollars. You know, if it makes money, then they're more willing to
Yeah.
turn a blind eye. Like, you know,
But-
it's not that they don't know, it's just kind of looking away the other way and just let it be, because it
money.
boosts the economy. It's money. People are paying.
You know,
People
It's
just care
kinda
about
sad.
themselves.
But
Yeah.
like, how are you supposed to stop something like that when like the government or the authorities know?
Yeah.
Like they're pretty high up there.
You
Dude.
kind of just have to disrupt the market, honestly.
where's the Avengers?
You just-
Where's Justice
There's
League?
actually a better way, and I don't know if you guys know how to actually bring some governments down with it.
Sabotage.
But I'm not trying to say anything. But
Uh-oh.
I do
Oh no,
know
we're
how
not.
to
We're not
overthrow the
political here,
government.
but we like
We're not
anarchism.
political,
Anarchism.
but, like,
Anarchism.
Anarchist? We like anarchists? Is that what you're saying?
the strongest way, it's said nowadays, and I actually read this in a book. It's like the media. The media is sometimes stronger than the government itself, because they, thanks to the media, and because it express like like say
Exploits.
Exploits.
like exploits, or like it goes all over. It goes viral
Uh-huh.
very quickly. That's how you usually can make it. That's why maybe I feel like they put it on Netflix, because that was their way to go.
I'm telling you, I really hope we don't find him dead in like 6 months.
Or us.
I hope so.
Thanks.
Well, you guys, you heard it. You heard it from Hungry WeiXi, not from the Phat Chat, but
Oh my God.
a step-by-step how to overthrow your government.
I'm so sorry. No, that's not true. No. I mean,
I'm just
a
messing.
lot of like social media people who post things on social media, they get roasted very quickly, and their careers go down just because of social media.
Yeah, just
So
because
I'm
of
just
fake
saying,
news.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, but like, that's how
But
sadly usually things go.
A big thing is just people just don't care. People don't care. Like when that thing came out with Snowden, like people
Oh,
just
yeah.
don't care.
It's true.
Because it doesn't affect them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people only care when it affects them personally.
Yeah.
I
I feel oxygen should affect all of us.
Yeah, I know. But until everybody's breathing from a tank, you know what I mean? Like, think about this, for example. COVID. That was China's problem, right?
Yeah.
That's what everybody's thought was. That's
China.
China's issue. All of a sudden, we get our first case in San Francisco. Oh, God, it's our problem.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
it's our problem now. Like, so
Yeah.
no one cared about it because it didn't affect them. And then now that it's all here, now
Yeah.
it's a personal problem. Quite literally.
And
Literally, don't wake
dude,
up.
if I'm honest, U.S. was the worst. Like,
Yes,
It
we
still
definitely
is.
were number one.
No, India's number one now.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
well, yeah, now India took over, but I mean, for the longest, U.S. was like,
But we could get back
were
up
the
there.
worst.
Yeah, we could.
We can really get those numbers up.
We
Yeah.
we have rookie numbers
Come on,
at the
everybody.
moment.
Just take these masks off.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
no, but
Start doing the European thing. Kiss cheeks again.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
but man,
Now I want to ask you
Wait,
because
sorry. European what?
how
Sorry, I missed that.
how Europeans kiss cheeks, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Right.
get
With
it.
the mwah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. How you want to demonstrate?
No, thank you.
come on, Cisco,
Oh, I'm okay.
show us how it's done.
For
My demonstration, please.
so I
Yeah,
want to
see?
ask you as a culinary expert. They gave their suggestions in Netflix on what we can do, which would be to, as a society, either eat less fish, or to eat seafood alternatives, kind of like Beyond Meat. But as my friend pointed out here, there's nothing but fillers in Beyond Meat,
Yeah.
except for like the soy-based stuff. But like, what in your opinion, what could we do, besides, commercial fishing going down less and letting the ecosystems thrive? What is it that we can do? How can we help?
I think 6 months ago there was this huge culinary debate that went around the world, and a lot of people from culinary gathered, and we discussed it exactly that. What could we do in order to maintain, not only about food or cows or fish, it was in general. And what we said, more experts, of course, were saying is that if people knew the timings of every fruit or every vegetation, or in general, like animals, cows, that could actually prevent not only world hunger, but also as, this type of problems, overfishing. So, for example, what I say is like, there's certain times when watermelon is in season. So there's a lot of watermelon. So that way we could eat it at that time. Or when corn is on season, we eat corn. The same goes with fish. When fish, we probably could leave, like you said, 3 months it took for the fish to come back. Leave those 3 months of growth and let them reproduce. And then when it's time for hunting, let the hunting time begin. And I feel that that would be good because as well, it helps you enjoy and obtain all the nutrients you could get for both either cows, fish, or vegetables.
And I actually like that point because I thought about that seasons, like how we have here seasonal hunting, right?
Mhm.
It's like you're only allowed in those mountains hunting from X month to X month. Like so why wouldn't we be able to
Yeah.
do the same thing with our seas?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it makes sense. Like if you think logically, it makes sense. You have X fruit that has this time period it's in season, and you have the following fruits a different season, and it just if you follow that, I like that you said because it will create a cycle, and you just cycle off of certain foods for a period of time, and you wouldn't really have the issue then trying to push it all the time. But people want, like I
Yeah,
said,
and it goes with animals as well. Like for example, there's a season for tuna, so this doesn't mean we're gonna like for those 3 months we're not gonna eat no type of fish. No, it could be just those 3 months. It's like bluefin tuna or salmon or fillets or king crab or eel or octopus. Like each season, every animal has their own mating season, as well as cows, chickens, and so on. And so we will always be eating meat and fish. We won't be missing it. It's just we will have it even more tastier during their seasons because they will be more healthy. They won't be stressed. It's going to be even better for us.
well, that's very practical. That's like, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? What do you guys think?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude, definitely a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's like,
It's just the problem is we don't have control.
yeah.
We don't have money to do that.
I have money.
You're loaded. You're loaded, bro.
Oh, so Cisco, you have money and you're single? Is that what you're saying?
Oh god.
Huh? 8675306.
I guess so.
There you go.
There you go. Cisco's got money and he's single.
You hear that, ladies?
And great hair.
The Phat Chat bachelors.
The
There you go.
I'm gonna sell every single one of you.
You should guys make that as a T-shirt. T-shirt reference.
Oh yeah.
Phat Chat bachelors at such and such.
Oh,
number.
That's a good idea.
Who needs eHarmony, folks, when you got the phatchatbachelors.com?
Exactly.
Oh gosh, I'm behind this table. I try to walk out right now.
Well, thank you so much, WeiXi, for being on our episode today. We thoroughly enjoyed having you here. We love the points that you brought out, so thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much. Like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, maybe I would have not been here. Still be that shy person.
Well, that's okay.
Behind the mic.
We are very happy to hear that, and we're very happy that we have been able to do something for you, because you have definitely given back in return with this episode. So thank you very much.
Yes, thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you very much, WeiXi. I appreciate it personally myself as well. Enjoyed having you on the show.
Yeah.
Also, you guys know I have like a podcast, right?
Yeah.
And I've only have done mochi codes. So maybe you guys have a preference of food. You guys would like to know the history and maybe one day join me in the show.
Just call me Papa Masubi.
Oh, dude, I do love Masubi too, though.
It is really good.
You know what? We could. So, hey, everybody, look out for that collab because we'll be on there and we'll be using. We will use our name. We're gonna be proud of our names, our nicknames. We're gonna be great.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea.
So Cisco, you're forever Mochi Code. I'm sorry, man, but
There you go.
You're forever
All right.
Mochi Code.
I'll
You're gonna
take
be
it.
Papa Masubi.
Papa Masubi right here.
I mean, I don't know what I'll be yet,
Well,
but
well, to be determined.
yeah, to be determined.
Neff's octopus.
Oh no.
You like
Octopi.
octopus?
I don't actually. Not really.
You don't?
I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm not excited.
Not a
about it.
big.
No.
I
not a
mean,
big Mari
I'd
fan.
probably have to be a drunken noodle because that's my favorite Thai dish is drunken
Oh,
noodles.
I thought it's because you're an alcoholic.
Oh, well, that too. No, get out of here.
Oh man. Well, again, thank you, WeiXi, for being on the show, and thank you to everybody for tuning in into the toxicity of the Phat Chat. We hope you enjoyed today's session, and again, we always thank everybody who's tuning in from around the world. On our next episode, we'll be having our raffle winners on the show. So we'll be talking with them and having some fun. Now, again, how do you enter? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to our most recent post and tag 5 friends who are not following us, okay? So tag those 5 friends. And again, what do you have a chance of winning? $25 of hard cash. And what else, Chon? What else do they get?
And you get a Starbucks gift card. Not going to tell you how much, but it is a Starbucks gift card.
$50,000.
Yes. But I will tell you this, it's over $20.
And a love and affection.
Yeah. And we can autograph it for you too,
Oh, that's good. You can
That'd
hang it
be
up.
good.
man.
There
Yeah.
you go. We just
They'll
give
have
that-
our signatures, so that way they can go to the bank and go ahead and sign out for our accounts.
There
I
you
see.
go.
I
We'll
see.
give you our social security card.
Yeah.
We'll give you Neff's number as well. So
Like, of course.
Has to be. Anyways.
And as always, please send us your questions because we love to answer those, and keep commenting on our stuff, guys. We love reading your responses. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on any platform you're listening to. If you like us, give us a 5-star rating. Post us on your stories and your feed, shout us out, and we'll do the same for you. And as always, thanks, Fatties, for tuning in. This is the Phatty Chatty. We're signing off.
Ciao.